Hi, welcome back to Clarified. My name is Natalie. All right, so I wanted to jump on briefly and talk about shyness. Hang on, I have an itch. I gotta scratch it. Okay. So when I was little, I was brutally shy, and I mean brutally shy. I remember my mom told me that I was quite embarrassing for her because if we were out on the street and if she saw a friend of hers in public who came, going down the sidewalk like, "Hey, Ina, hi. If I saw that person coming, apparently what I did was flip my mother's skirt because she wore long skirts. Like she had some long denim skirts, she said, that were like to her ankles. She said I would actually like flip her skirt and go under her skirt in public. And she said when I did this, it mortified her, which as a parent, I can understand that now. But it wasn't just that. I was incredibly shy. So when I was still living in Greece, because I'm from Greece originally, and when I was 8, we immigrated to Canada. But it was either in kindergarten or preschool. I was so shy, as a matter of fact, that my mom told me later in life, I don't know if I was like, I guess in my teen years, she opened up to me and she said, again, either it was not grade 1, it was either kindergarten or preschool. She said that my teacher called in her and my dad for a special meeting about me because she thought I had some kind of mental issue. And I remember when my mom told me this, I was really shocked. I'm like, she thought I had mental issues? Like, what did she think? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know what she thought, but she thought there was something mentally wrong with you. She knew you didn't have Down syndrome, but she wasn't sure what was wrong with you. So she called us in for a meeting to discuss it. She was very concerned. And then my parents told her that at home, I could not shut up. I talk nonstop. I talk my parents' ears off. So here's the thing. If you are a really shy kid, you are shy in public. You are not shy at home. So my parents reassured my teacher. They're like, no, this child never stops talking. So my teacher was really shocked by that. And so, okay, let it go. And so shyness was something I struggled with a huge part of my life. I remember very specifically once in the first couple months or so of grade 10, I couldn't take it anymore. And I made a decision to go to war. And I mean war against my shyness. I took it to the next level. And it was the most aggressive stance I ever took against how shy I was. Because I remember thinking, at this rate, I'm going to die one day. No one will know my voice. No one will know my thoughts. No one will know my personality. I will literally blend into oblivion because that's how shy I am. And I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm not finishing high school with being non-existent. So yeah. And the reason I bring this up is because it's very interesting. When I was 18 and I became a brand new Christian, for the first few months, I remember even then describing myself, thinking of myself, kind of being reflective. What is my personality? What am I really like? And anytime up to and including the first few months of my faith, if I would have to describe myself to another person, I would always, in my top 3, I would always say shy, right? I would say, oh, I'm really honest, I'm shy, and then whatever else, maybe, I don't know, maybe caring or thoughtful, whatever, but shy. And one day, I remember it super clear, the Holy Spirit corrected me in a significant way. And he told me basically that shyness is not a human quality of a personality trait. It's not an actual personality trait. And this blew my mind. I'm not kidding you, because up till that point in my life, I thought shyness was like saying something like, I'm thoughtful, or I'm creative, or I'm artistic, or I'm funny. I thought it was a core personality trait, and some people were shy and some people were not shy. And so God was really telling me, Natalie, shyness is low grade fear. And fear is no one's personality trait. And this was really mind blowing for me because I always thought shyness was something different than fear. I didn't think okay, you have shyness down here anxiety, and then fear, like terror, whatever, right? I never thought that shyness was just on the low end of the fear spectrum. I thought it was its own unique thing. I never thought of it as being afraid, but that's what God showed me. And so I remember after he showed me that, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I can't describe myself as shy anymore, because that is not a legitimate trait. Just like you couldn't say, oh, I'm jealous, right? Like jealousy is a sin. Fear is a sin. Lust is a sin. If someone says, oh, what do you like? You should not answer if you're a Christian and say, I'm lustful. Even if you struggle with lust, it's not a personality trait. It's a sin. And so when God corrected me and said, no, you being shy, that's not your personality. So I realized that moving forward, I was like, okay, I can't describe myself as shy, because if I met like a new friend or anyone, I would always describe myself as shy. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to axe that off my list of descriptors. And so I was like, okay, I can continue with things like honest. I can continue to say that I'm loving or caring, but I can't say shy, because saying shy is like saying I'm fearful. And so now when I stopped thinking and referring to myself as shy, I didn't get over being shy. It wasn't like this magical thing where I never felt afraid or shy anymore. I just realized that it was not an appropriate description of who I am. So and like I said, like even before God said this to me in grade 10, I went to war against shyness, because I was just so sick of it. Like I had been battling that fear, that low grade fear, for so long, and I couldn't take it anymore. And I made myself by force to be bold in grade 10. I remember telling myself, I'm going to introduce myself to 2 complete strangers today. I'm going to tell them my name. I'm going to smile. I'm going to say, how are you? What's your name? And I did that. And I did it by force, like by absolute force. I literally pretended there was a gun to my head. Like, in case you're wondering, what do you mean by force? I'm really good at pretend, and I did acting in high school. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to pretend that my life depends on it. I will visualize someone taking a gun to the side of my head and saying, I'm going to pull the trigger unless you say hi and introduce yourself to someone. So that's what I pretended. I visualized someone taking a gun and putting it right to my head. And I was like, oh, okay, it's do or die. And I turned to my side, and there was someone right beside my locker. And I was like, hi, I'm Natalie. What's your name? And they introduced themselves. And then I did that to the person on my other side locker. And just that little mental exercise I played on myself, pretending it was life and death, that was the beginning of the end for shyness in my life. I still struggled with it, but that was the beginning of the end. I couldn't take it anymore. And so if shyness is something you struggle with, first of all, know this: it's not a personality trait. It's not like saying you're creative or you're thoughtful or you're loving. Shyness is a sin because it's fear. It is just fear on a really low grade. It is not some cute, charming personality trait. We are not called to be shy. It's okay to be shy. Like, I'm not trying to guilt you if you're shy, but it's not core to who anybody is, any more than it is fair to say that someone is lustful and saying, oh, no, that's not a sin. That's just who I am. Like, no, sins are not temperament. They are not personality traits. They attach themselves like parasites. And sometimes they attach themselves so severely, we genuinely can't differentiate, like, what is authentically me and what is this parasitic trait that has latched onto me. So shyness is not a personality trait. If you have your whole life considered yourself a shy person, that is just fear. So put that out of your mind and just understand that you were not created to be afraid. You were not created to be fearful. You were not created to be shy. So I just want to encourage you, if shyness is your struggle, put it to death. Give it the death penalty. Put it to death. It doesn't deserve to live because it only hurts you. It only hurts you, and it kind of hurts people in your life too, because they might not realize it, but you have so much to offer that probably is not being offered to the world because of the shyness, because of the fear. So say no to fear. Don't give in to fear, and just know God is there for you. I'm rooting for you. I can believe that if someone as shy as me, who literally had a teacher who thought I needed to get my head checked because I was just so shy, if I can overcome shyness, and so can you, because I guarantee you that I'm not a better human being than you. I guarantee you we're equal in every way, and that I'm not better than you in any way. And so if I can get over it and I'm not any better than you, you can get over it too. So I hope that encourages you. I hope that helps you. My name is Natalie, and this has been Clarified.